Welcome back to the channel. We're looking at some amazing hypercars today from one of my favorite car makers, Porsche. Right in front of me we've got a beautiful 918 Spyder. Maybe my favorite hypercar. It's hard to believe that this car, we got a little poster here and a quote from Motor Trend 2014. It's hard to believe this car is almost 10 years old already. Very modern, hybrid. You've got the twin turbo V8 and the electric motor, PDK transmission, driver's aids. This thing is a masterpiece. We're going to look at a Carrera GT too. That's a very similar spec. It's an almost identical spec to the 918. Here in the yellow with everything that I believe came at each car's respected time. One of the guys at the museum was telling me about it, about how the 918 that is here and the Carrera GT are a very similar spec, if not the same spec. We got a little plaque here, which I apologize, the type is really small. Maybe you can blow that up and read it and pause it if you like. Here's the interior, beautiful interior, very simple. All business, but very modern. You got the 918 Spyder seats, the very famous seats that are in 911 GT3s now, GT2s, maybe even in the GTS. I think you can get them. Carbon fiber wing. Of course, this is mid-engine. We've got our twin turbo V8 in the back. This car makes roughly 875 horsepower. If you can see in front there, we've got the Reventon Roadster, Ralph Lauren's Roadster. Check out my other video on that. So 875 horsepower, 479 foot-pounds of torque, top speed 241 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Although this car has been tested as low as 2.1, I believe. Only weighs 3,600 pounds. Pretty light for having all that technology. And it is all-wheel drive. Big reason why the 0 to 60 time is so low and so impressive. But beautiful car, and we've got the Tesla Plaid next to it, the Model S Plaid. That's a 2021 model, which I believe is the fastest car in here. I'll take the 918 though. There's our GT. We got a Veyron over there as well. So here's the Plaid. I think it looks great in the dark blue, in this dark blue color. This is an incredibly fast car, 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. Doesn't have the top speed that the other cars have. It doesn't handle as well. I mean, I believe it does still have over 200 mile an hour top speed, but these are limited, governed at what, 155 or so, I believe. Comment below if you know. I don't know off the top of my head. And I'm not the biggest electric car fan. I am an Elon Musk fan. I appreciate what he's done and what he is doing, but I don't like the way that everyone is trying to force us into driving these. We should be allowed to have the choice. We shouldn't be forced into it. And let's face it, they're going to have to renege on most of these regulations anyway. There's no way we're going to be able to keep up with these. I mean, look how fast time is flying. So we got a rear end shot here. You can see there's a little spoiler here. Let's see where you charge it, where you plug it in. And here we go, Carrera GT. The last hypercar by Porsche that was analog, just about fully analog. No traction control, naturally aspirated V10 engine, 603 horsepower. Incredible car. And it's the same color. This may be the only I think this is signal yellow, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's only one signal yellow Carrera GT in the world, and this may be it, but maybe I'm wrong, so please feel free to comment. Interesting, the center caps on the right side of this car and the left side are different colors. The blue on the right side and I believe red on the other. Here's the interior, you can see that. Look at that manual shifter. You can see the sports seats. It's amazing how sports seats have changed in the last 15-20 years. But this car looks very modern, especially from the outside. We look at the outside, the headlights. It's a notoriously hard car to drive, and it has a reputation. You know, Paul Walker, unfortunately, rest in peace, Paul. And there have been some scary accidents with these cars, but that's because this is a raw machine. You don't get the driver's aids that you get with the other cars. This is a car that, you know, the weather has to be perfect. You got to check the tires. Matt Farah has a good write-up about the tires on the Carrera GT and on other supercars, and how he believed that the tires contributed to that crash. But anyway, we're out of time here. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. We got lots of fun stuff coming.